Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a garlic chicken stir fry, and it's going to be a little bit different from the recipe. I got the recipe from therecipecritic.com. The author of this is Sarah. That's all it says. Now, she does add some things that I am not going to be adding, and one reason why I'm not going to be adding is because I don't have any broccoli florets, either frozen or fresh, because we're doing kind of like a no-spin thing, and we're just not buying things we don't need. And also, the only vegetables she calls for is broccoli and mushrooms and bell pepper. We want more. We want more than just that. So we have some fresh green beans, some onion because we're onion freaks. We do have the peppers, but I didn't use bell peppers. I used some of those mini peppers because I'm trying to use what we have. And yes, we do have some peppers in the freezer, but we had these in the refrigerator and I wanted to use them before they went bad. And we have, she calls for 4 cloves of garlic, but I'm using a lot more than that, like 8 or maybe 10 crushed garlic. And I'm using some carrots. These are some peeled, washed, and just sliced like this. They smell delicious. Those, yes, I'm cheating. I'm using ones that's already done. I do have some in the freezer, but I have those, so I'm going to use those. Then I have some baby portobellos. I did buy these for this recipe. And I actually thought that we had broccoli, but we didn't. That's one reason I didn't buy it. And then the baby corn in the can, I drained it and I cut it in half. Myself, I don't prefer this. I don't really like it a lot, but my husband and son like it, so I can just pick through and not eat that part. And then at the end, I'm going to put some green onion because green onion, hello, onion is delicious. So that's what we're going to have in it. But the way it says to do is to start the vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and put some olive oil. I'm using olive oil, not, it says vegetable oil, but I'm using olive oil. I'm going to put that in my warm pan. Hopefully it's hot enough. And it calls for a tablespoon. And I'm just going to kind of cover my pan, kind of, because this pan is not the best nonstick. I do need to get some more nonstick. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in my vegetables that take a lot longer to cook, like my green beans, onions, and my peppers. The corn is already cooked. The carrots I'm going to go ahead and put in too. So I'm going to go ahead and put these things in and get them started. It might not have been hot enough. Come on, heat up. You're supposed to be hot enough. I feel the heat. I'll turn it up some. Anyway, it'll get going. Well, I heard it sizzle then. But I'm going to just put all of these things in, and this is probably too much onion. But then again, we love onion. Onion is one of my favorite things. What is the smoking? Oh dear, what is the smoking? Oh, that's right. My daughter got something on the stove last night. I thought I got it all off. Okay, now that that's taken care of, let me get these out of the way. I'm not going to put all the onion in there because that was pretty large onion. I used about 3/4 of it, maybe a little. I don't know. I love onion. I'm going to put it all in there. It does not call for onion at all. Like I said, I made this dish my own. I turned it into a Chatty dish. And then I'm going to put in some of the carrots. Probably, this is a pound bag, probably close to 1/4 to 1/2 pound. Put those in there because they are delicious. I'm telling you, they're delicious. So what I'm going to do is let these get cooked up some, and then I will get back to you. Okay, I just added the mushrooms to the pan just so they can get cooking. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes since I added the other. So I just wanted to give those harder vegetables a little bit of time to do their thing before I put the mushrooms in, which mushrooms are pretty hardy and they will, you know, they take a little while to cook down too. But I didn't tell you this. These are fresh mushrooms. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. They are fresh mushrooms, but I didn't put these stems in, but you can. The stems just looked a little bit more dirty than I wanted, and I didn't want to deal, they were really short too. So I just didn't worry about putting the stems in. And you can use other types of mushrooms. This is just what we chose. But you cook it another few minutes, just let it get all tender and yummy. And then I have a bowl over here that I'm going to put this in after this part is done. And I'll show you the next part. Okay, I just put that, whoop, there went my recipe. Fall down then. I just put the vegetables in there, and now I'm just going to put a little more olive oil in here, if I can get it to come out. And my daughter does not eat this, so I'm doing just like just chicken breast with cornstarch on the outside, breaded with cornstarch, and she eats it with her gochujang. So pretty much she's not eating the same meal we are, but that's fine. She's missing out. But I'm going to put some olive oil in that pan as well. And because I'm kind of frying it, I need more. I'm going to turn this down a little touch. Make sure I have plenty of oil in there. The recipe says to wipe your pan out, but I never do. Because I want all that goodness from the vegetables in there. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook through completely. Let that cook through completely, and once it is cooked through completely, you add all of this goodness and all of the other things back. But what I'm going to do while I'm waiting for this to cook is I'm going to show you how to mix the sauce. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it. Let's see, where can I do it? Yeah, you'll be able to see it right here. This is 3/4 cup of chicken stock. But what I did, instead of using chicken stock from a can, I just mixed some of that Knorr chicken flavor bouillon. Now, I do have that in my house, but I won't as soon as it's gone, because I found out it has MSG in it. So what I'm going to go to is the Better Than bouillon after this. But for now, this is what I have. Grab a measuring thing. I already have measured here 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I don't know, probably a teaspoon of pepper, because we love the pepper. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and mix these things up. Let me see, what does it say? Because I cannot remember. Chicken broth, sugar, soy, sesame oil, and cornstarch. So I'm going to put the sugar and the salt and pepper in there all together. And I'm going to do the dry stuff first, because that's the smart thing to do. 2 teaspoons of the cornstarch. One, 2 teaspoons of that. And then 1 tablespoon of soy, but we love soy, and this is the coconut aminos, so I always add a little bit more than what it says. If I can open it, there we go. I just had to get my finger to work right. 2 tablespoons of this, but we always add a little bit more, like 2.5. But it's the not the coconut aminos. I want to get those. I want to try them. This is the liquid aminos. It's just better for you than the other stuff. Okay, and 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. Get back to my teaspoon. It's the one with all the cornstarch on it. And I do keep my Braggs in the refrigerator. I don't know if everyone else does. I don't know if the package says to, but I do. And I keep my sesame oil in the refrigerator too after I open it. Okay, 1. I don't know why I do that. I just do. I guess because it's an oil, we don't use it very often, and I don't want it to go rancid. So, those things together. And I'm going to throw this over here and mix it all up. I've made a mess. That's okay. I'll mix that all up, and it'll be ready for whenever this chicken gets done and I add everything else in, because the chicken will be done, you know, before we know it, hopefully. I did turn it down a little bit. I may have to turn it back up. But yeah, it's a really simple dish. You can buy all of the stuff frozen and just do it that way. You know, all the vegetables and the meat. You don't have to add all these vegetables. You can add whatever vegetables you want. The main thing is, I mean, you could use turkey with this too. Turkey breast or whatever. But the main thing is the sauce. The garlic and that sauce. That's the whole thing that makes it so delicious. And I have never actually cooked anything that I can remember and put sugar in a savory dish until this. And we've eaten this a few times, and it's a family favorite now. At least most of my family. My daughter just doesn't know good food, I guess. She just doesn't eat a lot of things. And some things just don't work well with her because of her body. She just, like, there's some things she just can't eat because it makes her sick. So, yeah, just going to cook up this meat, and I will get back with you whenever it's time to add everything back in. Let me see, I can't remember when I'm supposed to add the garlic. Let me see. Oh, okay. Whenever this gets done, I add the garlic. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera again for a few moments. Let this cook up some more. And then I will get back to you when it's time to add the garlic and all the vegetables back, and then the other vegetables in. And then I will show you what it looks like once it is completely done. Okay, it's time to add in the garlic, which is the yumminess. Yummy, yummy, yumminess. It's crushed. I use my little garlic press. To do that, you could use a knife. You could do it however you wanted to do it. You could already just buy the crushed garlic already made. That's completely up to you. However you want to do it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to mix in this garlic and let it cook for just a few seconds. I mean, not long, maybe a minute. Oh my goodness, it smells so delicious. This is whenever it starts smelling the best, I think, is the garlic part. I mean, the chicken part. That smells really good anyway. But I mean, the garlic, the chicken is really just chicken with olive oil until you put in the garlic. So you put that in, you let it cook for just a minute maybe. And maybe not even, I mean, really 30 seconds is enough. And then you go ahead and you start adding in your other goodies. And I'm going to put all of my vegetables back in here because they need a little more time to get married to everything else. Then I'm going to put corn, the baby corn, in there. You can leave that out if you don't like them. I put them in there because my husband and son like them. Otherwise, I wouldn't put them in there myself because I don't love them. I don't know, there's something about them that's just not that great. But you just stir it up, and no, this does not look professional. This is homemade. This is me. This is just how I do things. But you put that in, and you stir it around some, get it all in there. And I don't know why I stir it like that, but I just do because I'm fixing to stir it again. But go ahead and you make sure this is mixed really well. I need to quit, that's loud. You make sure this is mixed really well. And you pour that in. Rinse all of it that you got on your fingers off. And you just let it cook in here for, I don't know, 5 or so minutes. You just let it cook and you let all those flavors marry, and you just let it go. I'm going to let it sit there and cook for a little bit, and then right before I put it on the table, I'm going to put the green onion on it. The green onion doesn't even get cooked. So, here's something else I'm doing. Let me get over here. Okay, I've cleaned up, well, except these things. These are the ones that I just, you know, you just saw me use. That fell off. I gotta fix that. I got some rice in my Instant Pot. 7 more minutes. So, that should be plenty of time for my chicken, my garlic chicken to get done. I've cleaned up my mess, you see, except these little things. This is all I have left of the mess that I cooked my daughter's stuff and our stuff, which I'm probably going to cook her something else, like she may eat some rice. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. But anyways, I clean up my mess. That's one way I keep my kitchen going. See, and this is what it looks like. There's shadow. This is what it looks like in the pan. But I'm going to turn the heat up just a touch. But then I guess what I'll do is I'll just show you a picture of the finished product, because really that's all there is to it. There's nothing else more to do other than just to let it cook. So I'll show you a picture here. And this is just a delicious meal. It has a lot of vegetables, and you know, it's just really easy to make. Yes, it has several steps, but it's so easy and it's so good. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.